Hello everyone, and welcome to another Pyro Gaming video. Here we are dancing in the tower with some random dude that came over, started dancing with me. Is that going to be another one? Nope, he's just going to run right by. Nope, he's going to take off. Anyway, guys, in this video, we're not talking about this random dancing dude. We are talking about Rise of Iron, more specifically, how you can be preparing for the release of Rise of Iron right now in the game of Destiny. So, to kick things off, we're going to talk about stockpiling materials. Now, the materials that you want to stock up on are all of your planetary materials. This includes relic iron, helium filaments, worm spore, spin metal, and spirit bloom. Now, you want to stock up on as much of these as you can because remember, when Rise of Iron comes out, we're going to have new weapons and armor to collect, and we need these to upgrade our pieces of armor. These are essential. On that same subject, you are going to need to stock up on armor materials and weapon parts. Now, the gunsmith is currently selling weapon parts. We do not know if, when Rise of Iron is released, the gunsmith is no longer going to be selling these. So just to be safe, I would go ahead and stock up probably at least 200 a character right now while you can, and you can go buy them from the gunsmith really easily. For these armor materials, it's always going to be good to have these, because every time that you infuse something into something else, it's going to take 10 armor materials to do that. So you have to figure, if you have 100 armor materials, that is only 10 times that you can infuse something with that amount of materials. That is not going to last you very long, guys. You want to get as much of these as you possibly can. The easiest way to do that is to go over to the Court of Oryx and farm the Tier 1 Court of Oryx. These drop a ton of blues. So some other things that you want to stock up on are your Motes of Light and your Strange Coins. For Motes of Light, you want to stock up on these because this is how you can upgrade those new weapons and armor that you're going to get in Rise of Iron. Also, you can exchange these for a pretty good amount of faction rep with Dead Orbit, New Monarchy, and Future War Cult. So these are just all around good to have a bunch of. Let's be honest, at this point in Year 2, there's really no use in wasting these. There's no point in ranking up. You are trying to rank up your factions a little bit quicker, because chances are they're not going to give you anything that you really need. Unless you're below light level 330, then by all means use these. But if you're above 330, then I would just hang on to them, man, honestly. Strange Coins, now these can kind of go either way. Like, obviously you want to get as much of these as possible, so that when Xur comes in Rise of Iron and he's selling some of the new exotics, you can go buy them. And also so that you can buy 3 of coins. But see, at the same time, if you already have all of the exotics in Destiny as of right now, and you are a light level 335, then there's really no incentive for you to go buy 3 of coins right now and spend your strange coins, right? Like for me, I still use these occasionally, but that's just because I'm doing something that we're going to talk about here in a second, another thing that you can do to prep. But for the most part, I would say try to hang on to as much of these as possible. Ideally, you probably want 200 or 300 of these when Rise of Iron is released. That way, it's something that you're not going to have to worry about for a while, anyway. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is exotic shards. Now, going back to what I was saying about armor materials and weapon parts, if you're going to infuse something into an exotic, it's going to require an exotic shard. Now, if you would like to see how to farm exotic shards, click the card in the top right corner of your screen right now. I have a video showing you how you can get as many of these as possible without having to throw away an exotic that you actually want to use. So definitely want to stock up on these. I would say probably get at least 20 or 30 of them built up on your character. That way, again, you don't have to worry about it for a while. Another thing is Glimmer. Now, Glimmer, it maxes out at 2,500, but there are ways to store Glimmer, and I'm going to go show you them right now. So we're going to head over here to my vault, and we're going to go over to the materials section. And as you can see, I've already started kind of stockpiling some materials here myself. This is the only one that I've maxed out so far. But yeah, so these right here, network keys, axiomatic beads. What else do we have here? We have silken codex, and we have house banners. Each one of these is worth 200 Glimmer. Now, you get these from killing yellow bar enemies of a specific race. These come from Cabal, these come from Vex, these come from Hive, and these from Fallen. Now, a lot of people, as soon as they get these, they go throw them at the Cryptarch and get their 200 Glimmer and run on about their business. But if you watch my Glimmer farming videos, there's 2 of them. I'll go ahead and link both of them in this one if you want to go check it out. Then you're not really going to have to worry about, you're not going to need to turn these in right away to have Glimmer. you know, you're always going to have your Glimmer pretty full if you do what I talk about in these videos. So in the meantime, just throw these in your vault, man. Just hang on to them, just save them. Like this right here, this is 10. That's 2,000 Glimmer right there. By the time Rise of Iron comes out, I would imagine that I'm going to have about 50 of each of these. I mean, that's in total probably about 50,000 Glimmer. Now, another thing that you should be saving, and unfortunately I don't have any in my vault right now. They're all on my other character. I didn't think about it before I started recording. But that's Ascendant Shards and Ascendant Energy and Radiant Shards and Radiant Energy from the Vault of Glass and the Crota's End Raid. Now, each one of those can be exchanged with the speaker for 250 Glimmer or some Motes of Light. That's another really good way for you to store Glimmer in your vault, so to speak. And while we're talking about storing things in your vault, here's some other things that you need to be stocking up on. Exotic Engrams, guys. When the April update came out, all the exotic Engrams that people had been saving up prior to the release of that update actually decrypted at the new light level. Now, that's the first time in Destiny that this has ever happened. Out of all the expansions and everything that we've gotten, that's the first time that you've actually been able to decrypt an old Engram at a new light level. So start stocking up on these. You can see that I'm stocking up on these special ones because I feel like we're going to get Icebreaker. I'm so excited, or I'm so what's the word I'm looking for here? I'm hopeful. I'm so hopeful that we're going to get Icebreaker. So that's why you see 4 exotic special weapon Engrams here in my vault. I'm hoping day 1 Rise of Iron, I go turn all these in, as well as all the other ones that I've collected, and I get me a year 3 Icebreaker. God, my fingers are crossed. I hope it happens. But yeah, so start stocking up on your exotic Engrams. You know, this is where I was talking about earlier that, you know, whether or not you should be spending your strange coins right now. If you're going to stock up on strange coins and you don't want to spend them, then you're not going to be able to buy these, and you're not going to get exotic Engrams as often. I think you might get like a 1 in 86 chance without 3 of coins to have an exotic drop from a boss. But yeah, so kind of use that at your own discretion. Like me, my limit is I will buy 2 sets of these a week from Xur. So 14 3 of coins a week for a total of 14 strange, or how many? Yeah, 14 strange coins is how much I spend a week. So by that, I can still have more strange coins coming in than I do going out. So I can still have my exotics in my vault, and I can still have my strange coin cache, so to speak, here in my inventory. But yeah, guys, so as far as light level, obviously you want to, I mean, if you can, get up to 335. You want to be 330. You always want to be the highest light level when the new DLC comes out. That way you can just jump right into the new stuff. As far as your weapons and everything, I wouldn't worry about getting them all to 335. You can see here that most of mine are. There's a couple of them that are 330 here. This one I just got from the gunsmith yesterday, I believe. And this one I haven't infused anything into it because I don't really use it. All my specials, thanks to the Prison of Elders, all of my specials on all of my characters are all 335. And down here, there's a couple of these that I don't really use. Like I don't use Boltcaster, and I don't really use Dark Drinker. So that's why these aren't 335. This one probably should get up to 330, but whatever, man. Same thing with armor, you know, if you can get it all up to 335 between now and then by all means, do it. But, I mean, if you can't, I don't think it's that big of a deal, because it seems like in Rise of Iron, we're going to get a lot of stuff. So, you know, just hang out, man. Just, you know, enjoy Destiny, start stockpiling your materials, and go from there. Now, there are a couple of other things that you can that you can do to prepare for Rise of Iron. Now, these, you're probably going to want to wait until Rise of Iron's a little bit closer before you start doing this, but let's see if I have one here. So, here we have a 3,000 experience bounty, right? So, this is the highest that the Vanguard gives you. Trials of Osiris also gives you some that are like 375. Petra gives you some that are like 375. So on and so forth, or 3750, sorry, not 375. But once Rise of Iron gets a little bit closer, I would say probably within about a week of its release, then you want to start stockpiling a couple of these 3000 XP bounties, just because they're good to have when a new DLC comes out. Yeah, so here's a 3000 experience bounty from Petra, and I'm sure you have some Crucibles that are 3000 as well. I don't have one right now, but I'm sure that there are some. But that's something that you want to do, like I said, once Rise of Iron gets a little bit closer. I would say about a week, maybe 2 weeks before the release of Rise of Iron, start stocking up on these and keeping them until after Rise of Iron. Same goes for your factions. What you can do is, it's called edging. And so you can see here that we have 2,480 rep out of 3,000. So what you would want to do is each one of your factions, you want to get them to within about 100 rep of ranking up, and then don't touch them. So the ones that you can do this for are your Cryptarch, your Vanguard, your Crucible, New Monarchy, Future War Cult, Dead Orbit. Might as well do it for Eris while you're at it. I mean, why not? You could do it for House of Judgment, you could do it for the Gunsmith, you could do it for all of them, basically. And the point of doing that is so that when Rise of Iron comes out, all of these will have new weapons in the vendor gear, new weapons and armor. So when you turn in a package after Rise of Iron, then you have a chance to get like a new piece of gear at a higher light level. So that's the point of this. But like I said, you want to start that about maybe a week, 2 weeks before the release of Rise of Iron. It's going to be virtually impossible to edge these now and maintain that all the way to the release of Rise of Iron. So hold off on that for a little bit. I will be making a second video when we get closer to Rise of Iron, clarifying all this stuff and doing like a final prep guide. Because I'm sure there will be some other things that we can do in between now and then that are going to come to light that we can do to prepare. So I'll have to do an update video regardless. But yeah, guys, I think that's going to do it for now. That's everything that I can think of off the top of my head. And look, we're just getting all kinds of guys dancing with us today, man. What's up, dude? I'll give you a wave. You want to wave back? You're in a video. You probably don't even know. You probably don't even know who I am. Probably don't even care. But anyway, guys, that's going to bring this this video to an end. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you found it helpful. If you did, click like if you're new to the channel. Click subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, I fucking love you. Thank you for watching, and take care, guys.